Well, good morning, South Mississippi, and happy Sunday. It's now the second day of March, and we're looking at temperatures out there right now as of 9:20 in the morning. Most of us have now made it back up into the 50s. Several of us on the coast already in the mid-50s already, and well, conditions are going to continue to warm up as we go into the afternoon hours. Not as warm as we saw yesterday. Many of us will be topping in about those mid to upper 60s today. So, of course, we have a couple things to talk about. Of course, lots of parades going on today, and of course Tuesday as well. Now, Fat Tuesday looking like it could be a little stormy, especially going into the evening and overnight hours. So we're going to be breaking that down here at the end of this live stream. Now, let's take a look out there right now. This is satellite and radar, and you can see there it's all clear across most of the southeast. And at least in our region, we are starting to see some upper level clouds work their way into the region. Those could start to give us a little bit more cloud cover by the time we get into the afternoon hours. But for the most part, we're looking at another pretty nice day out there. Here's what it looks like right now. You can start to see some of those clouds there on the top right-hand side of the screen. And that's the Hancock-Whitney camera over Gulfport and all this. It's also pretty breezy out there right now. You can see here's the data for the Gulfport Airport at the moment. It's 53 degrees out there. Northeast winds at 9 miles per hour, gusts a little bit higher than that. Our dew points is very low at the moment. It is very dry out there in the low 20s for that dew points. That means our humidity is going to be very low over the next several hours. Now, this is a result of that cold front that did pass late last night. Not much rain, but it's definitely much drier and a little bit cooler as we go through the next several hours. You can see here for today, parades are good to go. We have a lot of them going on today, and it's a really nice day out there. A breeze coming out of the northeast about 5 to 10 miles per hour like we saw there on the Hancock-Whitney camera. Throughout the day, once again, a little bit of an increase in the cloud cover from yesterday, but temperature-wise, we're staying much cooler than yesterday. That's for sure. Most of us will be topping in about those mid to upper 60s this afternoon. Looking ahead to Tuesday, we also have the potential for a pretty warm Tuesday out ahead of some of these storms. You can see that rain chance really does start to increase as we go into the afternoon and evening hours, and we're going to break that down more on Futurecast here in just a little bit. But another thing is that it's going to be a very windy day. You can see here throughout the morning, winds coming from the southeast about 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe a little bit higher. By the time we get into the afternoon, that's really going to start to pick up ahead of Tuesday night's storms. So let's take a look at our Futurecast for the wind speeds, and you're going to see that here reflect exactly what I'm talking about. So as we go into Tuesday morning, waking up, winds are already turning out of the southeast. Especially our coastal areas could already start gusting around 15 to 20 miles per hour. As we head into the afternoon hours, here's where things get very, very breezy, even windy at times. The winds start to come more out of the south and are a lot stronger. Winds could be gusting around 20 to 30 miles per hour as we make it into the afternoon hours. Into the evening, getting really close to some of those storms arriving, and that another increase is going to be possible. Once again, you can see here, by the time we get into the late evening hours, many of us gusting to 30 to 40 miles per hour. And these are the winds outside of thunderstorm activity. If we do get a few strong storms, then the gusts with those will be much stronger than that. So let's take a look at that. Of course, there is a severe weather risk from the Storm Prediction Center as of this morning. All of South Mississippi still in the slight risk in that yellow color. That's a level 2 out of 5. The highest level is more to our north and our west. That's an enhanced risk for portions of south central Mississippi, as well as eastern portions of Louisiana and Arkansas as well. Has a much higher chance of seeing more of those severe storms. Here in South Mississippi, we're getting similar to what we have had the past several times, where a line of storms starts to weaken as it arrives, but still could produce at least a few strong or severe storms. So let's take a look at Futurecast for Tuesday, of course. Now, this is beginning Monday night. Cloud cover really does begin to increase. But you kind of get these breaks in the clouds, similar to what we saw with the last line of storms that passed through overnight. Most of the day was actually really nice, partly cloudy, starting with a pretty decent breeze as you get into Tuesday morning. But of course, that's definitely going to increase as you go throughout the day on Tuesday. And you can see here as well, this continues to progress as we start to see this system start entering our area by about Tuesday morning. Most of the rain holds off and stays well to our north and our west. This is now Tuesday, 7 o'clock in the morning. Still a pretty nice day at this point, a little bit breezy. Cloud cover will start to increase. You can see some of the rain starting to show up there in Louisiana, parts of northern Mississippi as well. And then we continue moving forward. We're going to see this advance into what that cold front is going to be bringing, pushing those storms along. We get a little bit more cloudy by about 5 p.m. on Tuesday. We could start to see a few showers, maybe a few storms coming in out ahead of that main line. And then we get into Tuesday evening, and this is where things really do start to ramp up in terms of the possibility for severe weather. That line looks like it's going to arrive right around 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Models have been a little inconsistent at this point. Of course, the exact timing of this is still a little unsure as of right now, but model trends have continued to go late in the evening, right around 8 or 9 p.m. For the arrival time. Some of these storms could be strong, some even severe, which is why we're keeping a very close eye on this. Of course, let's keep moving this forward. This does move fairly quickly. It's almost completely out of our easternmost counties by about 10 or 11. Now, this is moving fairly quickly as it moves across South Mississippi. So here is that severe weather risk as well. You can see still fairly low at this time. There's a lot of inconsistencies in the models, including the strength and the timing. But overall, our threat for late Tuesday, of course, the winds being the highest concern. Both outside and inside of thunderstorms, you saw ahead of the storms, south winds around 30 to 40 miles per hour. Within any of the strongest storms, we can get even higher gusts, closer to 50 to 60 miles per hour, maybe higher than that, depending on if these storms can really get their act going or not. Of course, we need to wait for the better model consistency as we go over the next couple of days before we can really make that determination. Of course, with any line of storms moving in this manner, the threat for isolated tornadoes will always be just a little bit below what the wind threat is based on those current model trends. Now, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Things, well, looking pretty good over the next several days, and you can see here that overall we are seeing really nice conditions. Today, tomorrow, going to be really nice. High temperatures in the upper 60s, partly cloudy skies. Tuesday, of course, very breezy, a lot warmer ahead of those storms. And especially for parades going on later in the day, just be very cautious. Maybe bring the umbrella just in case, but also keep in mind, have something to anchor. If you're bringing a tent, you may want to anchor it down with how strong those winds are going to be getting as you go into the afternoon and evening hours. Rest of the week following this storm system, well, we cool down a little bit. High temperatures go back into the 60s. Morning temperatures could try and make their way back into the 40s. And, well, we do stay mostly dry behind that system. We can see rain chances go back down, and we, well, appear to be mostly sunny for the rest of that 7-day forecast for now. Of course, for more details and more updates on this storm system, you can visit the weather blog. We're going to continue to keep that updated as we go over the next several days, since this does have the potential to impact some parades. But as of right now, those model trends are looking pretty good. The storms arrive late in the evening. The only concern for parades at this time is going to be those very strong wind gusts throughout the afternoon on Tuesday.